Happy to meet with you, everyone. So I'm Dorian. I'm the co-founder of Groover, and I handle everything related to business and music there. To let you know a bit more about Groover, we started because there was this situation where artists now self-produce their music much more easily, and they make music available online much more easily as well. This triggered a situation where when we started in 2018, there were already 20,000 new tracks every day on Spotify. And in 2022, it's times five what it was in 2018. It's 100,000 new tracks released every single day on Spotify. So volume of music is totally skyrocketing because barriers to entry to produce music and to make it available online have been totally crushed. And the consequence to that is that it has become impossible to promote music. So you have artists and representatives trying to reach out to music curators and professionals, who can be media outlets, blogs, radio stations, playlist creators, and they receive thousands of emails and they cannot open them, and they don't listen to your music, but not because they don't want to. It's just because they receive so many. That's why we created our platform. So I'm going to show you rapidly how it works. You probably see my screen now. So I'm on the homepage. You basically add a track. For example, here I have already tracks from Magan that have already been set on Groover. So I can select A Night in Bethlehem, for instance. You can put your release date. You can put the language of your track. We just ask for a YouTube or SoundCloud link, and then a Spotify link if your track is already released. Then we ask you what you're looking for. So Groover helps you get in touch with people in different areas, in different categories. The first one being people who are who can bring you visibility or media coverage. So we're talking about media outlets, blogs, radio stations, place creators. You can also find some record labels, publishers, managers, people to work with. And you can also focus on people who are more mentors or coaches who can give you detailed advice about your music. So for instance, here, if I want to get visibility and media coverage, and I don't have like a specific budget in mind, I can start my selection. And you'll see a list of a lot of people available because I didn't put a lot of things to refine the selection yet. Just so you know, they are ranked based on an algorithm, a recommendation algorithm, which takes a few data points, including your genres of music that you put on your profile. So then you can select who you want to get in touch with. You can use filters, of course. So for instance, here, if I want, it's more rock artists. So if I go into like indie rock, psychedelic rock, and I want to focus, for instance, only on playlist creators, and maybe I want to see only the ones I have never contacted. So I can show those creators. I can click, for example, on this one. See a lot of information about what activity they have been doing on the platform, a lot of information about them, about what they're looking for. I can add them to my selection. And I can do that for a few of them. And then I can go to the next step, which is the pitch step. So I can add a pitch the same way as you would pitch your release on Spotify for artists, for instance. You can add some personal messages. And then you go to your recap and you can send your track or make a payment if you don't have enough credits, which are the groovies that we use on Groover in order for you to send campaigns to the creators and professionals. So to go back to how it works then, the music creators and professionals that you selected, so you pay for each of them a small amount of money, then they get the music on an optimized dashboard where they can listen to it as if it was a playlist very easily. They listen to the music, they write feedback, and they make a decision whether they want to share the track or not. It's totally up to them. And they get paid part of the money that you paid just for listening and writing feedback. So it incentivizes them to listen to music and answer without troubling their editorial line in any way, because they listen to music, they write feedback, that they can reject it or they can accept it. And yeah, it works to put in touch artists and music creators. And I'm going to tell you a bit more about them now. So to tell you a bit more about a network of curators and music professionals. So I told you about the three categories, so media outlets, industry partners, and coaches. There are close to 3,000 active creators and pros right now on Groover, and they're coming from a lot of different countries. It can be France, our home market, but a lot of them are coming also from the United States, the UK, Brazil, Italy, Germany, all around the world. And I put a few names here, like the Daily Dose, College Music, Breaking Sound, Dummy Magazine, Electroposé, who discovered Petit Biscuit in France. If I to give you just a small example of an artist who used Groover, it's very reductive because we had more than 150,000 artists using Groover, but it's a good example of someone who really used Groover in the start with his first tracks, and got some feedback and people saying it was cool, but maybe lacked a bit of originality, but there was really something there. And it pushed him to work with different beat makers because he was producing his own tracks first. And he ended up getting really, really good results on the platform. He actually had a track that had some great results on Groover that ended up being a hit on TikTok. And that really helped him go and really be present on the scene. So he got a lot more followers, a lot more streams on his single. He also got onto festivals like Mama Festival and Main Square Festival. And he's really been growing project after project using Groover at each moment. To show you a bit what Groover has done in 5 years, so we have more than 150,000 artists globally using Groover in more than 150 countries, which is crazy, showing how scalable it is and also how much artists from all around the world are happy to get onto Groover and look for music curators, bloggers, radio stations placed from all around the world. There were more than 2 million pieces of feedback that were given by the 3,000 active creators and professionals. During those 5 years, we also raised close to $9 million from top investors, including VC funds and business angels. And we are a 35-people team with people who worked previously at Spotify, Universal, Deezer. And we're based in Paris, New York now. We have a small office there with 2 persons working there. And we also have someone in London, someone in Rio, and we're also working with a lot of ambassadors all around the world to help us build the community of curators, for example, in Italy or in Latin America. And in the next years, so what you see in the middle is what we built, is a platform to connect artists with music curators and professionals. We're also working on a solution to give them more advice and training to artists, because it's something we discovered was a real need from our community of artists. So we have a blog that we nurture a lot with a lot of advice about everything related to music career and developing the music career. And we're building a coaching community and online masterclasses program for them, especially for artists in France, but we want to expand it. And we have artists following our training program and trying to evolve using Groover, but also using other tools and showing them all that. And we have also another way of pushing artists and accelerating their careers, which is called Groover Obsessions, which is a roster of artists that we've discovered on Groover and got amazing results, but are still kind of alone trying to build their project and their career. And we help them go further, especially in terms of their visibility on streaming platforms and also getting more opportunities for their music. And we're creating these artists in the top 0.1% of artists who got the best results on the platform. So thank you very much for listening to that presentation. This is a small discount if you want to try Groover if you haven't already. Our ask is simple, is we're not trying to raise funds right now at all, but we're always looking for new partners, for new people to help out growing the community on Groover. If you're located in a specific area and you want to help us grow the community of creators and find new artists, you're more than welcome to reach out. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dorian. I'm afraid we don't have time for questions, but that was an excellent presentation. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate discount too. We'll make sure we get that out to the participants as well as those watching over on YouTube as well. I really appreciate the time. Thank you.
You're welcome.